your cry. Make us holy like you are holy, God. Set us apart for your glory. Set us apart inside of you. Make us holy. Pure and holy, whatever it takes. Let the sacrifice be seen before you and make us pure and holy. And I heard the Lord say, as I come and establish my throne in your midst, do you see as the nations come and bow before my throne that I am calling the kings and the nations to this place that they may bow at the holy reverence of a people set on fire for this purpose of my glory. And I saw as the throne of God sat in the midst of us during worship, him sending out fire that would land upon each of our heads. And I saw this consuming fire burning us and burning off of us the things of sin that hold us, the things of impurity that have marked us. And I saw us coming like that pure and spotless bride. And I watched even as we sat in this room, and I saw the blood of Christ landing on each one of us and drenching us in the purifying blood of Jesus on that cross. And as we watched that blood drip off of us, I watched as we became pure and spotless before him. And I heard the Lord say, is this not a people group so hungry for my presence that they would be the ones that I would purify, that I may find a bride here in Scotland that I can partner with for the glory and for the purposes of my kingdom? And I watched us come low before the throne, and all earthly desires, all earthly efforts, they were weak and they were nothing, but our sacrifice and our humility before the King of Kings who sits upon his throne. And I watched us bow down and go low before him, and a strength in our people and a strength to each one of us came up as we stood before him in a place of saying, all human strategy, all human strength, all human wisdom has failed, but here I stand in the midst of the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, in the shadow of his glory. And I stand in this place and I release into my atmosphere and I release into the people the holiness and the purity of God. And I saw us standing with our hands out, and we said, let purity go forth, let holiness go forth. And like rushing waters, it came out of us. And I saw these streams and streams pouring from the throne of God that we were releasing in partnership with him. And it was for the purification of the nations. And I saw the washing of the people. And I stood there and I thought, God, surely we should do something. There should be something that we need to do to see these things happen. But the Lord just kept saying, you stand in the place of worship. You stand in the place of adoration. You declare that you are holy and that I am holy. And in that place of just the recognition of who I am, even in that weakness as it looks to man, God says there is the strength to win the wars, to win the battles. And I saw strength coming to us from that place of living from the streams of the throne room where we stood and we interceded and we saw breakthrough coming. Because what can stop the move of God? What can stop and stand against the move of God? That even when the enemy comes in, you know that verse where it says, when the enemy comes in like a flood, the Lord raises up a standard against it. But I know in some translations they move the comma and it says, when the enemy comes in, comma, like a flood, the Lord raises up a standard against him. And like a flood in this place, Lord, we raise a standard against the enemy, and we say, you will not have our land, you will not have our people. And we raise up that flood to break through the doors, to break through the walls of the enemy. And we say, God, come and flood this place.